Yo, what is going on, guys? It is yours truly, LastChanceFPS, or you guys would call me by my name, Chance. And yeah, guys, let's keep it 100 for a second. Modern Warfare is on some pretty thin ice right now, and unless something drastic happens to this game very soon, this game is going to be completely dead before even the next year rolls around.
Oh my god!
So in this video, guys, I'm going to be breaking down the three, I guess, minor updates that we have so far received here in Modern Warfare that will obviously be leading into kind of like the overall main takeaway I want you guys to get from today's video. Now, I'm not going to be going into depth of all these updates. I'm just going to be more or less kind of grasping at the things that are the more important takeaways from these updates, as well as, of course, giving the good of these updates as well as the bad, because you would think all these updates should only be improvements to the game, but believe it or not, some of these updates contain just straight up dumb and just not good things in general. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys go on to enjoy today's video. And of course, as I always say in my videos, if you guys go on to enjoy today's upload and you guys haven't already, definitely hit that like button as well as commenting down below your guys' thoughts of today's video as well. Subscribe to the channel and turn on those bell notifications so you guys get notified every single time I upload a new video here on my channel. I will have my Twitch and all my social medias, of course, linked down in the description down below if you guys haven't already followed me on those. And yeah, guys, with all that stuff out of the way, let's get into the rest of today's video. Alrighty, boys, so the first update that I'm going to be quickly going over with you guys that we received so far in Modern Warfare was going to be patch 1.06. Now, honestly, this update didn't contain as much changes as I would have personally have liked, but regardless, it definitely did address a couple issues that I did have with the game, with the first thing being that they adjusted the footstep audio. I did not notice anything different with the footstep audio. It was still loud as hell. Everyone was sound horning me, and since there's still no dead silence perk, after this update, the whole footstep situation did not change. So I don't know if they just lied to us or that they just rolled out a patch that didn't actually change anything.
That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, it's just bullshit.
They also apparently fixed a bug where apparently if you're in ground war and you get tank kills, that would count towards a tactical nuke streak. Yeah, it's bad as it sounds, and with the whole tank spam situation in that mode, I'm glad that they fixed this glaring issue. And then the last thing that I noticed was that they did a slight claymore nerf where apparently if you throw a stun grenade, it will temporarily disable that claymore for about a couple seconds or so. Honestly, it wasn't as big of a nerf to the claymore as I would have liked to see, but I took it more or less a step in the right direction. So moving right along, the second update that we received for Modern Warfare is going to be patch 1.07. Now, this is easily the biggest update that we received for Modern Warfare, which was great to obviously see considering how many issues are in this game. First thing that jumped out to me was that they did a second round of adjustments to the whole footstep volume, and once again, I did not notice a difference whatsoever.
What the fuck is this?
So I don't know if these developers are just that incompetent or they don't know what they're doing, but now they're 0 for 2 with the footsteps. They also did a second round of nerfs to the claymore. This time, I believe it was centered around the whole damage radius situation. So now claymores are not as OP as they once were, which is great to combat the whole claymore spam situation. They made some adjustments to the battle chatter, which was great because I thought that whole feature was really annoying in the first place, as well as they buffed the EOD perk, which is now easily my favorite perk to use in the perk 1 slot, because now you cannot get one hit by a single equipment explosion. Because I can't even recall the amount of times that I would be running EOD previous before this patch and I would still get one hit by a claymore. So this update is easily the highlight so far for me.
Nice.
They also made some lighting adjustments because some buildings would be extremely dark, so now they kind of are a lot more vibrant and you can spot enemies easier, which is obviously a great addition as well. And they also did some slight weapon adjustments regarding the M4A1 as well as the 725, which were pretty much the two OP guns in this game, which is another awesome thing that they did in this update. And finally, the last update that I'm going to be breaking down for you guys that we actually just received a couple days ago is going to be patch 1.08. Now, this patch didn't really have, again, that much included in the update, but regardless, it still had a couple things that I thought was worth mentioning in this video. The first thing that I noticed was that they did a third attempt at the footstep tuning. So I thought for sure, you know, that they're 0 for 2. They have to get it right this time. But of course, I was dead wrong.
This is bullshit.
They have struck out. I did not notice a difference whatsoever in the footsteps. It was so small and negligible that I didn't even think it was worth mentioning in the patch notes. So I don't know what they could possibly do moving forward with the footsteps, but it is just not in a good state right now. They also did a second round of weapon adjustments, which were pretty much nerfs for the most part. They did a second nerf for the M4A1. So honestly, I don't think the M4 is still the best gun in the game. It's a lot more competitive, especially with the other assault rifles. But what really caught my attention was apparently that they did a 7.25 nerf for a second time, but what ended up happening was the polar opposite.
Disappointed!
They actually ended up buffing the 7.25 shotgun, which didn't make any sense, but apparently if you ADS, it had a farther one-shot range than it previously had. I don't know how this happens. How does this get past playtesting? How do you buff a shotgun when trying to nerf it?
The trash! Fix the game!
Like, dude, these developers are actually giving me a migraine at this point. I don't know what they're doing over there, but it is not working. So now that I have the patch notes out of the way, this is going to be segmenting into kind of the main focus that I wanted to get across with this video. And obviously going over those patch notes, a lot of those things that they changed were more or less, you know, minor things. Probably the biggest thing that they addressed was the whole weapon balancing situation, but considering that they accidentally buffed the 7.25, I really don't know what's going on over there. I've definitely brought this up in previous videos, but apparently there's going to be a major overhaul update later this month in November, and honestly, if they don't address the major problems with this game is going to die sooner than later. I mean, they just need to address things like the whole skill-based matchmaking thing and make it only, you know, connection-based. Nerf Ghost and make it to where if you're only moving, it will stay active, so you can't just camp in a corner with it and always be off the radar. You know, things that will actually improve the game overall, which were much bigger glaring issues than most of the things addressed with these other patches. Because let's be honest, if they don't do a great job with this major overall update, the game's just not going to be in a good state. It's going to be in an even worse state. Because for any of you guys that aren't aware, it has already been confirmed that in December, they're going to be rolling out the whole battle pass situation, which is going to be their main source of revenue in this game. And we don't even know what those microtransactions are going to be like. So if they don't fix the game by the end of November with this major overall update, the game's going to be doomed. Because knowing Activision, they're going to be pumping as much BS in that battle pass as humanly possible. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't trust Activision for a single second. So again, if they just don't fix this game sooner than later, this game is going to be dead before the turn of next year. So yeah, guys, that's going to conclude today's video. And if you guys went on to enjoy today's upload and you guys haven't already, definitely drop a like on today's video, as well as commenting down below your guys' thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and turn on bell notifications so you guys get notified every single time I upload a new video here on my channel. Follow my Twitch and all of my social medias that will of course have linked down in the description down below. And until next time, I will catch you guys in the next video.